some townships actually have their own community shuttles. Each county is different on the restrictions and regulations and stuff. So again, you have to go on their website to see if you meet the requirements or anything like that. Other than that, also NJ Transit, buses, and PACO, you can get monthly memberships. So it's a little bit cheaper. You get a discounted rate, especially if you're a senior citizen, you can get a cheaper rate as well. The Burlington, is a little bit different because they don't offer a monthly pass. It's a $2 fare each way. Again, it's 50 cents if you buy a transfer from the Burlington or from a New Jersey Transit bus connecting to the Burlington. So that's always a better way to do it, is to get a transfer. Yeah. Anybody else have any more questions?
For Cynthia, you have to give exam from your doctor, saying you just stated?
No, you just fill out one of these applications. Let's see real quick. I may have to get like I don't know, a physical, but maybe some kind of write-off from a doctor.
For the eye doctor or something?
Yeah.
Any doctor?
So, disabled person must meet eligibility criteria to be accepted to Senham Transit Program. Senham Transit reserves the right to verify certification forms by contacting persons completing the forms. Any fees charged for completion of certification forms are not the responsibility of Senham. Certification forms will be confidential records and kept on file at the Senham Transit Office during the period of eligibility. So yeah, there is a physician has to fill out the application. Yeah, I can this one fill out as well. I know, I just got this off the website.
Oh, here, this.
Yeah, and also this is the application that you.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could give it a copy of it.
Yeah.
I'll say, she copied this for you, and she can hand out you copies for yourself.
Yeah.
This is my last one that I have.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have that.
So other than that, I don't know if anyone else has any more questions about different fares or restrictions, anything like that. Anyone have any trouble using public transit in the area that they live in, or
Never use New Jersey Transit other than Access, like,
Access Link?
only because where I live, there's no bus. I have to walk like a mile just to catch the bus wherever I want to go.
Whereabouts are you from?
I live in Maple Shade, and
Maple Shade,
buses run on Main Street, but I live about a mile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've had people call from Maple Shade, and it's a little bit tough for people around there to take buses, especially if you don't live on Main, so. Again, yeah, that's where Access Link comes in handy.
I mean, I do have a question.
Sure.
Is there a bus that runs along Route 73 that makes stops other than at Fox Meadows?
I believe there is, let's read. You know, there's one, this one, the 413 goes around 7D, not 73.
413 goes down from Burlington.
Yeah, it's
It's out.
Camden to,
Yeah, but that doesn't say it's gonna go on.
Maple Shade is 407.
Yeah, but that's on Main Street.
it goes down 38 Main Street and 72.
And I'm not anywhere near, I'm 2 blocks off of 73, but I'm right, if you know where the jump handle is, or Fork Landing Road, I'm like right near Fork Landing, right off of Fork Landing Road in 73.
Okay.
And I know there's no buses that run along 73 that stretches 73.
What are you looking at now?
I'm looking at the 413 right now.
413.
Yeah, and this one's just going down 30.
That goes to Philly, doesn't it?
No, Camden.
Yeah, just Camden. It goes Camden to, like, Lumberton. And then up to, like, Burlington City, up to here, Broad and High Street. That's the 413 one.
Goes down Martin Highway.
Yeah, I mean, I can look when I get back and see, and I can relay it to Sandra. I mean, also, you can also call our offices, Cross County Connection. It's all these different schedules that I have here too. It's, 856-596-8228.
What schedule is that
It's on the
Burley?
Burlings. Yeah, I'll leave all these schedules here if anyone wants something.
on? Oh, okay, that's
Do you-
what my question, like, I'm sorry, if, you know, anyone can call you, like, you're like
Yeah,
a dispatcher, a database?
yeah, pretty
And
much,
say,
yeah.
could you help me, I want
Yeah.
to get from A to B?
Yeah, so if you called our office, they would refer you to me, and from there, I would look in our database and see which buses go where, and try to find the best route for you to take. So, say if you were saying, oh, I'm living in Maple Shade, I want to go from Maple Shade to here, Burlington City, I would show you how to, the buses to take, where to get it off, where to get off at, where to get on, stuff like that, and how much it would cost.
Well, that's a plus right there,
So, I
Claire,
mean,
you know?
that's my, like, yeah,
Like from A
I
to
can leave the
B.
schedules, but you can probably just call me too, and I can just walk you through it on the phone, so,
Doesn't the 413 run on a high street too?
yes.
Yes, it
Okay, I
does.
figured it was, okay.
Yeah, it does.
So,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can also give you more information as well over the phone, if you call as well. We also deal with, rideshare programs as well. People call in, they, give us their information, we try to match them up with someone else, that's going in their general direction. And depending on their time, it's usually for work, though we do single, ride shares, but it's a little bit tougher to work out with people. But to do that, you just call us, I take down your information, and in a couple days, usually 2 to 3 days, you'll get something in the mail with a list of people that match your credentials for the rideshare program. Or if there is no match, I send you public transit schedules that will hopefully help you to get to where you're going. So, yes.
I have a question about access link again.
Okay.
You said it's 3/4?
3/4 of a mile deviation, or it has to be in between the fixed route. So, say this is a fixed route, it has to be a 3/4 of a mile, within a 3/4 of a mile of that fixed route. Yeah, it's a pain, but yeah.
That sucks too, because I'm trying to move into an apartment and it's a mile from where the 317 goes by.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that Senham would probably be your best bet with that one. I mean, you could probably.
It doesn't run enough for me.
You could probably call them and see if they can work something out with you. I know I've heard some people, talking to them and they worked out some kind of deal. So your best bet is to call their customer service and see what you have to do, to tell them where you live and see if they can reason with you or anything like that. They usually are somewhat kind of lenient in a sense, but yeah. Other than that, I do have pens to give out if anyone wants pens.
Sure.
Any other questions?
How often does the buses run, like the 413 every hour, or?
Every hour?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
usually like
All right.
45 to an hour.
That's during the week, right?
Yes,
so
it's also weekends as
Oh,
well,
okay.
but it's
Sunday.
different, it's a different schedule,
All right.
for
Is
Saturdays
it
and
still
Sundays.
only an hour on the weekend,
Mhm.
buses?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just the time changes a little.
Yeah,
I used to ride it all the time.
yeah.
And
so-
it's right on the schedule too, Debbie,
Oh, okay.
you know, like the weekend.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
And usually if there is a holiday, the New Jersey Transit buses run, but they're on the Sunday schedule run. So you just look at, it tells you on the schedule as well, but you just look at the Sunday schedule for if it was a holiday. So I can pass these out.
I have a
Don't-
question
yeah,
for
sure.
you, okay? I'm gonna give you kind of a problem here. all
Okay.
right?
All right.
so say if you live in Beverly and you want to go to Morristown Mall, what would be the best way to go?
You would probably have to take the 317 bus. You can take the B1. Where do you say you're coming from? Beverly?
Beverly, well, right in front of the river line. So,
Yeah, I mean, because the B1
what's
only
the
goes.
B1?
Sorry, it's the Burlington. It's
Oh,
that's
okay.
what they're named. They're different Bs.
All right.
So like for Burlington County Shuttle 1, that's kind of it.
And where do you pick that up? Is that right in Delran or like Palmyra?
Well, each one varies. It usually it specifies to a different area. So there's one for like Delran, Riverside, Cinnaminson, all those places. But the B1 is nice because it goes through most of the areas. Most of the shuttles are pretty much like a loop. They go from the train station around Delran, and it won't go past 130, Route 130. That's kind of like where is the boundary to most of the Burlinks. It won't go across Route 130. But there is one for the Morristown Mall. The B1 and B2 and one other one do go across, the one that's in Cinnaminson. Let me see.
And where are they? Are they right in front of the river line? I've seen them in front of.
Yeah, they'll be right next to New Jersey Transit bus stops. You'll see.
Okay,
you'll see
so
a
say
sign.
Palmyra, Delran, they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen them.
Yeah, it's like a purple sign. It's got a little, I guess it's not purple, but the bus is purple.
Okay.
It'll say Burlink shuttle,
Okay.
and that's where you stop. And I believe that there should be a schedule with times as well below it, so you can look at it or have you. But yeah, again, going back to your question, you would have probably take the 317 bus, I believe.
Well, I know the 413 goes
413,
there
sorry,
too,
yeah.
but like, I'm trying to think, like, how do you get there quicker? You know, you take the river line to the,
Burlington.
to
And then take the
413, and then the 413 goes to Morristown, Cherryville Mall. But like, would the Burlink get me there quicker?
I would say probably about the same amount
The
of time.
same thing?
In a sense,
Okay.
the only good, I shouldn't say good thing, but like the main thing about Burlink is that it just connects areas that don't have engine transit buses. So it's just kind of like connecting routes. So like
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can explain this. Like the B1 goes through like West Hampton, Lumberton, Pemberton. There's really no New Jersey Transit buses going from east to west. So
Okay.
that's why the Burlink is there, so it can connect you, so you can get to the to Route 130 area. You can get to like Brown Mills, Pemberton area like that.
Okay.
There's no bus there. So
Now, say if you took the bus to Morristown Mall, right, the 413, and when you come out and you see the Burlink that goes back, could you get on the Burlink, or do you need an appointment?
you can get on the Burlink, it's right there. The only time you need an appointment is if you're trying to get a deviated schedule. You're trying to, and again, the deviated schedule is only an eighth of a mile, so it's not that much. So that's the only time you need to schedule an appointment. Also, the Burlink is, curb to curb, so all you have to do is wave it down if it's not a designated stop. But other than that, yeah, there is designated stops. There's not that many stops. Plus, it's limited to the times as well. Usually, the B1 has the most variety of most times you can use. The other ones are pretty much like from like 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the morning, and then from usually 3 to 5:30 in the afternoon. So it's kind of like a limited time.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
usually-
you
yeah, it's-
don't want to like leave the mall like 7 o'clock. You
No,
want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
on there.
So
Okay.
that is the only limitation. To
All right, I was lost and now I'm found.
Like I say, again,
Okay, I get lost.
each schedule has the different the time charts and also
Okay.
has a map as well.
All right.
You can also, again, there is a interactive map that's it's on our website at driveless.com.
Okay.
And you'll go onto the website and you can click on the interactive map, and on the right-hand side, there's little boxes you can click, and it'll show you the different package stations, Burlink routes and stops. It'll show you the AC Express line. It'll show you all the NJ Transit stops. And also, you can plug in a specific address into, there's a top bar, search bar that you can put your address in, and it shows you if you're close to any kind of public transit.
What is your website called?
Driveless.com. So it's like
I didn't sort of hear.
Drive less.
Drive less?
Yep. So like,
One word?
yes, all one word. So like, instead of driving more, drive less.
Driveless.com.
Yep.
One thing I do miss, I miss driving.
Yeah. Say, I got stuck on 295 today. It was not fun. That's, especially in the summer.
What's worse is being stuck on 95.
Oh, especially now, they have all that construction stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
it's brutal. Yeah. So we also deal with, we do traffic alerts as well around the area. So you can sign up on our website as well for traffic alerts. And we usually get traffic alerts from New Jersey Transit and all those places north and south. It's always usually stuff from the AC Expressway going down to the shore. Always 295, there's something going on. So
I'll
it's
tell you
always
the worst bridge to cross during the summer, starting Friday afternoon. Can you guess?
Walt Whitman.
Oh, yeah.
I cross that one. I live in South Philly, so I have to deal with that every day.
What bridge?
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I used to work down in South Philly before I lost my eyesight, and to go out, used to go outside
Yeah.
to smoke, starting about 3 o'clock. It was bumper to bumper to bumper, going
Yeah.
all the way over the bridge.
Yeah, so it's that is the good thing about going in the afternoon back into Philly, because not that many people are going back into Philly, but still, where the 295 splits off to go to Philly or to the AC or Atlantic City,
Yeah.
and they're doing that construction there right now, which we're kind of involved with as well. It's not going to be done until 2020. They said.
Do you still live in South
I
Philadelphia?
live in South Philly. Yep.
Where?
18th and Reed. It's right by Tasker Morris Station.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I used to work at Percussion Brothers down Southwest. Packer, front Packer,
okay, yeah,
where the old Oscar Mayer building is.
yeah,
That's where
okay,
I used to work.
nice. I like South Philly a lot. It's very, very nice and different. I went to Temple as well, so I've seen North and South Philly, so it's different stories
Yeah.
there. But all in all, good. So
I used to like going down there to eat a
oh
lot.
yeah, lots of
Fabulous.
Italian markets down there.
Oh, I
Yeah, but the
know.
Italian market isn't quite the same as the Italian,
Yeah,
as in old days.
I was gonna say it's been changing a little
It's
bit.
been changing a lot.
Yeah, so.
South Street used to go down there.
Yeah, South Street is kind of taking a turn for the worse as well. But is there any other questions I can answer for you? Or I'll leave all these schedules here. and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could, help with that.
Okay, yeah, and I'll have some more of these Senham Transit pamphlets as well that you can help out or disperse as well.
So what do you think, class of Sean? Pretty nice,
We
right?
got something out of this.
So did anyone learn anything from this today? I mean, a
Yeah,
little
it's all
bit?
customer service.
Okay,
It's all
and,
customer service, yeah.
right. And what's nice, you could call them where they are,
Okay.
and you get confused, because I'll probably be calling, no. But, you know, you
Well,
call
we know
and
you're always
say,
confused.
well,
so
that's true, that's really true. So, you know, so that's good. So, you know, just don't forget about next week too, you know, and thank you for supporting the workshops
No.
and share this. And I'm gonna give out individual what you need, okay? So, Mike, which ones would you like?
I don't want to, I don't use New Jersey buses. so-
Okay, I'm gonna take one at a time here, okay? Mike don't want anything. How about you, Eileen, do you want anything?
Well, I'm,
What do I don't I have?
What don't you have?
Yeah, but I have this,
There.
what else